Hello everyone, my name is Sutton the Wolf, and welcome back to Grisaia no Kaijitsu, the Fruit of Grisaia. I kind of need to give an explanation real quick. I haven't been able to do a lot recently. I unfortunately have had a pretty rough situation recently in terms of my living conditions. I'm obviously at university currently, but I tried really hard to get a room, like a dormitory room to myself, but that was impossible. And so I got paired with a roommate, and that roommate doesn't really ever go home. And so he's around a lot. And so there's a lot of time where I'm not allowed to record. And on top of that, he goes to sleep relatively early, and when he does go to sleep, he forbids having any like screens or anything open, and so I can't even edit things unless I like leave and go somewhere else, which is a hassle. So it's made things kind of difficult, but fortunately he's been gone all day, so I've been able to kind of get some backed up recording done. But I'm gonna earnestly try. I know I say this all the time. I'm gonna earnestly try and get back on pace. I've been able to record like all the videos that I need for this week. I mean, this is like one of the later series of the week, so you'll probably have seen that by now, but it's really difficult for me to get all these recorded. That's kind of why I went back to having a shorter episode time, just so I could manage it a little bit easier. But I'm trying to get back on track. Fortunately, midterms just ended, so that means that I've got a little bit more time on my hands because I'm not as swamped with like schoolwork, and so that means like I can kind of allocate more free time. So that should help me be able to get more recording done. But we'll get there. We'll work with it together. I apologize once again for my inability to get videos out very often compared to how I used to be able to do things. But we're working on it. Regardless, we're back in this game. It's been a little while since I've actually been in it. I seem to remember the last two things that happened being like a somen like a noodle eating extravaganza and a rather terrifying military backstory given to Machina, who like literally peed herself in response out of fear. But those are the two things that I remember from more recent episodes of this. So it's a great way to segue into this. So we'll see where we're going here. There's a subspecies of woman distinguished by an excessive kind of helpfulness, the burning desire to take care of other people's problems. Within a few days of entering this school, I had a rough idea that Suo Amane fit this busybody woman classification. But I have to admit I wasn't expecting her to extend her meddling to me quite so quickly. Although I suppose it's inevitable that we'd run into each other a lot since we live in the same dorm, it seems like she's coming up to me at every free moment and playing the big sister. You having trouble with anything? If you need any help at all, you just let me know, okay? I wish she'd put herself in my shoes. It's not easy having to politely shoot her down every time. Yugi Kid? Not wasting any time, are you? I'm not sure how she got the idea in her head, but lately every time a break begins, Amane's been clinging to me from behind. What in the world? Then forcefully pressing her oversized lumps of breast blubber against me as if to say, check it out, I'm the big tits character. The way they droop just a little is very popular with the enthusiasts. What? That is so meta. Look, you're heavy. Remove your chest flap from my head. I love how sassy this protagonist is. It's so great. What's that supposed to mean, Yuji-kun? Do you hate breasts? On the contrary, I'm something of a fan. Then it's all good. Just sit back and enjoy it. These tits will drive any red-blooded man wild. Keep acting like that and you'll get a reputation as a homo. You want dirty old men with beards to start hitting on you? God, I forgot how embarrassing some of these lines can be to read. Wow. Like, there are probably people outside my room that can hear me saying these things. That is particularly embarrassing, but whatever. It's a lot easier when I at least know that I can't see them hearing me. I'd prefer that. If a man sexually harasses me, at least I can knock him flat without feeling guilty about it. What do you want from me? If you have something to say, then spit it out already. Huh? Oh, it's nothing in particular. Just wondering if there is anything you didn't follow in that class? Or whatever. Just wanted to play the big sister a bit. Thanks, sis, but I'm a big boy now, so could you please get lost? Wow. You're just shy. That's so cute. Stop that. I'm a dainty little thing. I'll break more easily than you'd think. Precisely why I'm giving you such a nice, gentle hug. They say snapping a turtle won't release prey from its bite, even if lightning strikes nearby. Amane is a similar beast. Once she clings to me, my only release is the sound of the bell. If this woman kept a pet cat, I'm positive it would go bald from stress within a week. I'm not confident my own hair will be safe if I allow these assaults to continue. I think it's about time I get my message across, even if it requires taking a somewhat harsh attitude. Amane, that's about enough. Just as I begin to shout, Sakaki appears with a spectacular timing. Suo-san, do you have a moment? Yumiko grimaces at Amane's response. Her glare is expressive. Who are you supposed to be? Well, alright then. You're supposed to prepare the projector for the upcoming geography class, remember? Oh, you're right. I'm on day duty with Makina today. Irisu-san started preparing by herself. Do you not plan to help? Sorry, Yuji-kun, I gotta go. Don't mind me. I think you should hurry before Irisu-san breaks something again. Makina, wait! Don't break it! She finally released me. What a noisy woman. She's purposefully making a fuss. Is she that afraid of people realizing she's depressive? What do you mean? Exactly what I said. Even so, I find this preferable to the old Suo-san's incredibly timid behavior, so I've already accepted it as the lesser of two evils. Okay, so she's usually timid. You make it sound like you're familiar with her past. Have you known Amane that long? I suppose so, if you consider a year or so a long time. I mean, depending on how you look at it. I mean, they're the only students here, so... I mean, I guess you're gonna be spending that time constantly around each other. So Amane wasn't always like this? What? You want to know more about her? I just don't understand the woman. Why does she drape herself all over me like that? There's no way I would know that. How about asking her? I did. Just the other day, having stocked up on necessities for my new dorm life at the local supermarket, I was wandering leisurely around the area in front of the station. It's you-chan! What you doing here? Don't call me that. Why? It's cute. Spare me. I can't get any cuter than I already am! All the other girls will get jealous and start picking on me. That tongue of yours. Anyone ever tell you it reminds them of someone? Like who? Who knows? More importantly, what's up? Shopping? Amane pointed at the plastic supermarket bag dangling from my hand. Box of tissues, a pack of batteries, salad dressing and mayonnaise, also instant curry and dental floss, and some bean sprouts. Look, you don't just start rifling through... Oh, crap. She was still talking in the background, so I thought it was still her. Look, you, don't just start rifling through my bag. If you're buying curry, Shoei by the north exit is cheaper than Sanyo by the south exit, you know. Shoei sells bean sprouts at 29 yen a bag, too. You're as knowledgeable as always. Do you wander around comparing prices all day long? It's not like I check every day. I just pay attention when I go shopping, I guess. She's got an impressive devotion to economizing. I felt definitive admiration, since my master is the sort of wild woman who bought things without even looking at the price tag. Let's see. Get milk, eggs, and vegetables from Shoei, fish, meat, and toilet paper from Sanyo. Try to remember that. Well, I'm not that caught up on the price. I appreciate the thought, but I just want a store that's convenient. It's all well and good to wander around looking for bargains, but when you consider the increased effort and consumption of time involved, getting too picky frequently turns into a loss. Well, I guess that's how guys are. That's right. I'll be going. You heading back? Yeah, I did finish my shopping. Then let's walk back together. As soon as the words left her mouth, Amane was standing by my side, firmly grasping my hand. What do you think you're doing? What are you talking about? This, of course. In demonstration, I raised the hand that Amane had gripped, or rather captured, her fingers entwined tightly with mine. What am I, a kid who won't go home unless Mama pulls him there? I've got to admit, I don't remember acting quite that adorably, so I'm very interested in where you're coming from here. Still gripping my right hand tightly, Amane raised the forefinger of her other hand against her lip, and racked her brains for an answer. Kind big sis walking home hand in hand with her brother role-playing? Oh, is that it? If it's role-playing, then I guess I have to play along. Did you really think I'd say that? Off! I forcefully yanked my arm free, shaking off Amane's grip. Jeez, do you hate it that much? If you think that puppy dog face will make me act nicer out of guilt, you're very wrong. Don't flirt in public, that's a rule of mine. So it's okay when we're alone? Stop twisting my words. The point is, I can't think of a single reason why I should hold hands with you. Because I want to hold hands isn't good enough? It's not an answer to the question why you want to hold hands. The truth is, because of a traumatic accident in my past, I feel really uneasy unless I'm holding hands with someone. Some kind of obsessive-compulsive disorder? What sort of accident was it? That's a secret! The hell? Don't get mad, I'm just joking! As she spoke, Amane took my hand for the second time. Joking? When did the joke start? Ugh, this is irritating. Take the left, at least. I can't calm down when someone's got a hold of my dominant hand. Look, it's not like there has to be some big reason for us to hold hands. It's just, you know, we end up being classmates and all, so let's be friends. That's all I was thinking. I really do like Amane. Like, her type is usually one that I don't really like a whole lot, but Amane in particular, I do particularly like. She kind of reminds me of Sumire from Wild Romance, for those of you who saw that playthrough of mine. Like, she is overbearing and, like, over the top about it, but at the same time, she is, like, kind of sweet in a way. And she does have, like, a really good charm to her. She's got a simultaneously innocent but not innocent air to her, you know? I do quite like that. So she's not my absolute favorite, but I do quite like her. I really do appreciate how these characters are written. They are very interesting personalities. Why get friendly with me? Do I need a reason? When you were a kid or whatever, did you go around picking your friends by some calculation of loss or gain? Hard to say. Didn't have any. Then let's reverse your question. Why don't you want to get friendly with me? I wouldn't say I don't. I just want to understand your motive. Then it's all good. Let's be friends. You're a weird one. I'm pretty sure there isn't a single normal kid at our school. You know. I'm going back. Yep, let's. Having moved to my left as I requested, Amane didn't mess around any further. On her way back, she calmly acted her age. Holding hands really did seem to be enough to satisfy her. Doubts did run through my head. Considering it's only been a few days since we met, she's bizarrely friendly. But still, as she is a member of our class full of special cases, despite her relatively normal facade, Amane must have her own unhappy circumstances. This hand-holding may well have some meaning for her. So, out of consideration for her past, you found yourself unable to flatly refuse her demands for physical contact. And that toleration gave rise to this flagrantly over-the-top fondling, right? We'll make a detective of you yet. You're quite full of yourself. Sakaki, what sort of accident was Amane involved in? I don't know. If it's not something you can talk about, I'll leave it alone. That's not it. I really don't know, and I don't particularly want to know either. Although I have heard that the incident involved a motor vehicle accident. car crash. Apparently, a bus she was riding was in a serious accident which gave rise to mental illness, or something along those lines. My information is admittedly limited, but I certainly didn't hear anything about a pathological need to hold hands. And why was she so persistent about it? I'm telling you, I don't know. Her eyesight is bad. Maybe that's the cause? Does bad eyesight make you want to hold hands? Who knows? Babies with undeveloped eyesight calm down by confirming the shape and warmth of things in their mouth. That's a bit unsettling. Maybe physical contact is reassuring when you can't see well. Plausible theory, but I'm having a hard time buying it in her case. In the first place, are her eyes that terrible? I don't know. I think I mentioned this, but I'm not interested. I'm wasting my breath talking to you. What a coincidence. I was just about to mention how incredibly tedious I find speaking with you. Humph, guess we're done here. Or we would be, if I hadn't just spotted Amane Sachi out of the corner of my eye. Hey Sachi, you got a minute? Yes, what can I do for you? Do you know anything in particular about Amanes Past? No, I can't say I'm familiar with the details. So in other words, nobody knows the whole story. It's not the sort of topic we'll feel comfortable asking about. And if she recovered emotionally to a point where she could proactively share the story of her misfortune, she wouldn't be stuck in a place like this. Sure enough. As long as the person in question doesn't want to discuss it, I suppose I shouldn't pry any further. And in the first place, I'm a little dubious that Amanes Past really has anything to do with holding my hand. Let's see. Did you perhaps do something to gain her affection, prompting an unconscious desire to hold your hand? That's taking things in a new direction. Specifically, what did you think I did? Let's see. For example, maybe you rescued Amane-san when she was surrounded by a gang of hooligans? On a rainy day, she spotted you silently leaving your umbrella over an abandoned kitten in a cardboard box. What's so funny? Well, whatever. Neither rings a bell. I have no memories of us being lovers in a previous life, either. A nasty memory like that would be best forgotten anyway. It is quite the event that a boy finally transferred into this school. Maybe she wanted to try out the experience of dating now that she has the chance? That's an interesting question about it. You think so? Huh. Incidentally, Sachi, does that mean that you've got an interest in holding hands and going on a date with me as well? Well... I'm not opposed to holding hands itself. If you strongly ordered me to hold hands with me, we're going on a date, I'm fairly sure I wouldn't refuse. I love Sachi's way of talking. It's just so matter-of-fact. Huh, I see. Thank you for your valuable opinion. I'll file it under not helpful in the slightest. Oh god, that's such a dick move. How about you, Sakaki? Me? Holding hands? On a date? With you? Right, got any interest? This is a problem. I'm not sure how to answer without hurting you. I get the picture. Thanks so much for your compassion. God, I love how sassy the characters are with each other. It's such a great, atmosphere. That's such a unique thing that this story has with it that I don't see that often. As is what unique means. So in the end, asking around didn't get me anything resembling a clear answer. From what Sakaki, I should really start saying it correctly, Sakaki. From what Sakaki says, it doesn't seem like Amane wants to hold hands indiscriminately. The mystery's only deepened. You alright there, Makina? This door is narrow, don't bump against it. Yeah, I got it! Well, and literally 2 seconds later, you do it anyway. I'm that sort of life form. Just at that moment, Amane enters the classroom, pulling Makina by the hand, oblivious to our gossiping. I point my thumb towards the pair and their connected hands. You said Amane doesn't have a habit of holding hands, right? Well, Irisu-san is a special case. If you don't keep a grip on her, she'll wander off to God knows where. Sakaki watches Amane and Makina as she speaks. Suddenly, she claps her hands together as if struck by a burst of insight. Perhaps she's put you in the same category as that girl? Say what? Wait, what? I've been put in the same category? With a kid like this, who you half expect to get lost tottering over a butterfly? What a seriously unpleasant thought. Suo-san's the helpful type. You know, this might sound a little bad, but perhaps she loves helpless men. Hopeless man? Huh. I appreciate that you're probably trying to help, but that's basically an indirect saying of you look like a hopeless man. Yes, that's exactly what I mean to imply. Oh god, the interactions between... So, Yumiko's really... So, I do quite like Yumiko. She's definitely, like, the one that I like the least out of the girls, but I do still like her. The thing that I do like about her, like, the one thing that kind of, like, puts her above the others, in my opinion, if you were to compare them, the one thing she has going for her, in my opinion, is that her interactions with Yuji are so, like, sassy in nature and, like, sarcastic. Like, she's almost like the female version of him in terms of, like, his personality and how he acts towards everyone. And I really love seeing the two of them go at it and, like, passive-aggressively nip at each other all the time. That is a really cool dynamic. And so that is one thing that I think that's the best part about Yumiko's character, in my opinion. Obviously, there are people who like her a lot more than I do, and there are some people who have like her as their favorite. So I don't deny there are other good things about her, and I don't really have anything that I dislike about her. I just like her a little bit less than some of the others. But that is one thing that I really do like about her. Sakaki, could you please stop rubbing salt in the wound without even realizing it? It kind of stings. My, that's unexpected. I was trying to be as generous as possible, too. Mind answering one last question for me? What is it? Is there even a single normal person in this school? I thought I told you already. If they were normal, they wouldn't be here. And that goes for you as well. Sure enough. Don't think you've got some special variety of unhappiness. Sensing the admonition underneath Sakaki's words, I feel the stirrings of something like shame. Whether it's normal or not, this student life isn't bad in its own way. I've started to like this place enough to reach that conclusion. Aww. That was nice. That was a nice little discussion. I really do quite like that. Anyway, though, that is a nice place to stop. We've got a good, solid post 20 minutes going, adding into consideration that discussion I had at the beginning. But, as I said, that is going to do it for today. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. I shall always read them, and I shall always take into account. And as always, I will see you guys next time for another episode of Grisaia no Kajutsu.